All right. Welcome back, everyone. We had to restart the stream real quick, but we are back in game. And hopefully, with a more closely fought game three in this situation. Shiv, you have anything to say about the draft so far?
And we got a Garen. We got a Swain. Some interesting picks here. They are not waiting until there are 5 bans levied against Kuromi before he picks this time. Taking that Garen likely into the Scion. Could flex that Scion mid and do whatever we want, but very likely going to be Garen versus Scion up their top side. And now some further bans targeted at the supports with Milio and Sona banned away.
Yep. Looks like that Jace is going jungle. That Swain, something that Lyrax likes to play a lot. Probably going bot lane in this situation. Obviously, it's a flex that's available, but I'm not sure if Enos plays that champion. But regardless, there is a Jinx Lulu bot lane for Kakma and Chain User, and that Garen is going to go into that Scion. It looks like Fortnite going to continue to just play those AP champions in the jungle that he's so fond of.
And I think here you definitely have the ability to stack up and just run havoc as a Lilia when you have something like a Scion, like a Swain to stack your passive on. Jace, maybe not quite the champion you want to see. You don't want to deal with poke. You want to deal with a short range, melee heavy composition. But it is a pick that, like you say, Fortnite, always willing to opt in to these AP junglers that focus on farming and then taking over later. Lilia, bit less agency than some of those other picks like Diana and Echo that can go in and just pop someone. Lilia, kind of more of a slow burn champion, but something you can definitely pilot proficiently nonetheless.
I do like it into the Swain, the Scion, obviously. Champions that kind of just want to play the fight slow, and Lilia just whittles away at them. But obviously, the Jace poke could probably get out of hand as long as we see Lux Soraka locked in, which is rather interesting. Obviously, yeah, I think it's a Soraka Swain bot lane, and the Lux is going mid lane for Nightstone to counter it with Vladimir. So a lot of really crazy picks in this game.
Yeah, I mean, Nightstone, he's pulled out this Vlad top before, willing to play it in the mid lane. But yeah, I mean, the bot lane here with the Soraka, we talked about the slow burn that the Lilia likes to do. Soraka's fine with that. She can keep her team topped off through long battles, and we'll see how that pick's going to pay off.
Yeah, I don't love the Vladimir into the Swain or the Lux, honestly. And considering there's just a lot of healing and a lot of sustain on the side of Haim City Mouse, I feel like it could be hard for Vladimir to kind of finish off any kills with his ultimate. I assume he might be going either the Ghost or the Storm Raider Surge to kind of get a move speed and kind of access the backline. But yeah, it could be pretty hard to play Vladimir in this game, in my opinion. All right. Looks like need to be moving. But yeah, how do you feel about these comps on both sides?
There's too many things I have not seen to maybe put a stamp on this one. I am biased towards AP junglers and not the one-shot ones in the Echo and the Diana. I like the Lilias, the Iverns, the Shivanas, the Fiddlestickers. So that may just be my bias of thinking Lilia is going to be able to take over this game by just doing donuts in the parking lot, running circles around this Scion.
Yeah.
And Swain frontline with, when you eventually wear someone down, that Jinx will get the reset and will be able to take over
Yeah, and
because
I think it's just kind of waiting for Lilia to kind of do her thing in this game. Not a lot of CC on the side of Fortnite to maybe try to counteract some of the front line that they have. The Jace is also I think something that's kind of scary in this game. I think can do a lot of work in these dragon fights that kind of draw out for a long time. But regardless,
to move in
um,
lobby.
sorry, I had to move the lobby, but yeah, we're gonna get into game quite shortly. We'll be right back as we wait out the stream delay. See you soon. All right, and we are back for game number 3 of obviously last game not too crazy. It was a one-sided stomp like we've never seen before, but hopefully this game is a little bit more like game 1 and very competitive. Obviously, we were a little bit confused about where this Lux Soraka Swain situation was going, but looks like Enos is going to lock in that Lux mid into Nightstone Vladimir mid. So yeah, we're going to see how that matchup fares. Also, the Swain is something we haven't seen much of in Lyrax. I feel like Lyrax has played this champion a little bit more in the past. Probably has fallen a little bit out of favor in recent memory as more mages are in the bot lane and kind of just outrange Swain. But felt comfortable enough to pick it in this matchup, and we're gonna see what it can do.
Yeah, Lyrax trying to tap into an old classic of his. He was drawing Swain bans as kind of the only person that was picking up any sort of mages at that point, but see how it's going to fare here paired up with the Soraka. So obviously a ton of healing potential down there in the bot lane. Meanwhile, top side, we've seen solid performances from Kuromi throughout both games in this series, but now on this Garen, he is definitely looking to put more of a definitive stamp on this game number 3 as he takes the Ignite, looking to dominate early on against this Sion.
And obviously Sion, something he plays a lot as well, but kind of wants to neutralize lane against this Garen, make sure he doesn't get too crazy. But Kakma, a lot of damage.
The never move hits, but not enough pressure from the Swain Soraka just yet.
Yeah, a couple more of those though, and they could be in big trouble. City Mouse, of course, pathing down. Ooh, Kakma just gonna miss that.
Yeah, pack it up.
I feel pretty bad. But City Mouse, of course, at least he's pathing down and their jungler is pathing towards them, so probably could get a bailout, but not really likely with the early game of Lilia. He kind of just wants to farm her camps, but looks like they are just gonna have that prio, get that vision on the crab, but
yeah, both junglers absolutely comfortable just farming it out on these full clears, get to their side of the map, get that crab. As I mean, we'll see if Kuromi, I think, is maybe the one person at my on is someone that can overextend, but maybe similarly to Lilia, Jace doesn't pack a ton in early ganks. Just damage.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Does have that level 4. It's gonna look top after this crab for sure, and Kuromi should respect knowing that his jungler's on the bot side of the map is going to respect it and kind of just walk away from City Mouse, take a little bit of damage from the first strike, but all things considered, nothing to write home about. And this matchup, so we said it was hard for Nightstorm.
Nightstorm gonna have to put that transfusion to good work to heal up through all this Lux poke.
And that's like another cannon that got away from Fortnite here. That is definitely going to show up on the gold graphs later.
Yeah, absolutely. As Ennis did opt for the more scaling option in the runes with the Dark Harvest on the Lux, so isn't going to quite wear down this Vladimir with like an Airy or a Comet. As Lyrax takes a good bit of damage from both Kakma and the minions. He got bound up there.
Yeah, was able to find a reset both of them and pick up the call. So probably just looking to farm it out and kind of just scale up as the Jinx. Not hoping not to get hit by too many more never moves, obviously, but
hey, there's one right on cue as he's dragged into the Vision of Empire. But
we just absolutely cast her curse, Kakma.
Hey, he got some damage back, but now Ennis in trouble, but finds the light binding that Nightstone was trying to flash through. Ooh. He still goes too aggressive to try to clean up the kill, and it's traded out 1-for-1 at the end of the day.
They're playing a little bit more aggressive here. Lilia's here as well. Every move gonna go wide.
Bowling ball is gonna tick onto Lyrax, so he is slowed up through that ghost. Heal is gonna get expended, Zap to zone them away, but without a lullaby to sing, Lilia not gonna play this one too aggressive. Goes for some more damage. It actually forces Lyrax to flash.
Yeah, Fortnite just waited a little longer in that bush to see if Lyrax would walk back, and does get that flash and the ghost out from him.
Meanwhile, Kuromi could be in trouble here on the top side. Actually burns the Ignite at the same time. Doesn't get hit by the train, but is gonna have to flash and make hay to get out of that situation.
Yeah, pretty comfortably up CS, but Kuromi's actually looking for more here.
Oh my.
And just terrorizing
He's got
City
the Garen ult. Ennis is gonna actually throw the final spark to try to deter this Garen. Chemtech Dragon, though, is gonna be secured on the other side by Fortnite.
And this matchup, I felt like it was going to be maybe a little bit Lux favored, but I haven't seen Lux in the mid lane for a long time. So it seems like Vladimir is just kind of out healing whatever Enos can actually do to Nightstone. As
but now Nightstone with no
here.
pool, no summoners, he's going to be under pressure. Doesn't get hit by the binding, but City Mouse just going to flash in and bring down the hammer. Vision of Empire from Lyrax even chipping in some damage. And that's a nice pickoff in the mid lane.
And I feel like Nightstone should definitely have known better, considering they saw City Mouse on the top side of the map. Definitely needed to respect a little bit more than he did there. But yeah, good pickup by City Mouse. Again, 2 kills in the early game. So we're going to see if he can look to convert it again. Every game he has seen to, we have seen him get an early lead. Obviously, the second game converted it beautifully and was able to just kind of snowball his team to victory in an absolute stomp. But we're going to see if he can look to pick up the slack in this game as well, and take his team across the finish line.
Yeah, he's poised to do so on the Jace, farming up money with that first strike. But I feel like most of these lanes just not going to be too volatile until those summoners get blown. There are now things for both sides to exploit as far as the summoners go. Anywhere you are specifically looking on the map for our next action. We actually have a swap come out early on. They're going to send the Scion down to the bot side, and though it might actually just be an invade,
No flash.
Lullaby is there, and with no flash, it is a nice kill for Fortnite's Lilia, as they were maybe caught a bit unawares as they were trying to initiate that lane swap.
Yeah, and Karomi, I think, just doing a wonderful job with the priority he has. Obviously, they did the lane swap here. No quest quite yet, but they tried to secure those grubs.
He just goes face first into the wave. Now the Demonic Ascent is slowing him down. But going to be able to walk out a good bit. And there's just not enough damage from the Swain. Another burst of Demonic Flare.
He has to be careful now, though, because Lilia's here.
Yeah, Lyrax without his flash. Karomi is not scared. There's the Wish healing. No sword from the sky for Karomi, but he does get out alive. Shock Blast is going to whiff, and now it's Nightstone trying to get the last transfusion, pick off another kill. And everything's looking good for Fortnite. City Mouse trying to change that here with this Jace, but the pool is there to get Nightstone out. He has another transfusion and another bout of healing. Ennis trying to get some good damage in with the Singularity. They kill off Karome from range. Nightstone gets away. Meanwhile, bot side, Kokma and Chainyu are trying to put pressure on this side.
I mean, I feel like all things considered, this is just horrible for High City Mouse. Considering they start they had, they kind of, I feel like they were winning out on the exchanges bot lane, but they decided to move them up to kind of
wait for
the grubs.
We're not done. Fortnite hits
we
the
are
bowling
not
ball.
done at all. Fortnite.
Ennis's flash is a little bit away, and without a lullaby, Fortnite, this may take him a bit too long. The Jace is back here. The Singularity slows Fortnite. He's looking to pick up some speed and does get enough of it to evade the binding and the Shock Blast.
Let's have to stay for this wave. Karomi obviously walking back, but I mean, these lane assignments are completely cooked for them. But despite that, they're only like, what, 200-300 gold behind? As Enos gets stopped once again. And Ruby is just absolute terror.
Karome is looking as the ultimate, he just takes off Ennis, who was playing a bit too confidently under his tower, I suppose.
100% worth for Karomi, I'm not gonna lie. Because look how much Vladimir is getting just off that play. Enos got stopped for so long. It's gonna be super behind now. Probably like 2 or 3 waves he's gonna miss. Just off that little terrorism excursion from Karomi. Yeah, I mean, while all that was happening, Karomi or Kokma and Chain User kind of just got a free lane into the Scion, where it didn't have to deal with the Lyrax never moves that I've cursed him with before. Yeah, all things considered, I think pretty good for Fortnite. Oh, as I cursed him again.
Some things are best left unsaid. But there is a dragon on the map. Karome is down here. He doesn't have his ulti. He's not too menacing on the Garen. Sion gonna be able to TP in here to that mid lane. Dragon started up. Kog'Maw, though, pretty low to start this one off. Another Shock
Ooh.
Blast from City Mouse to chunk him out. Now this fight's getting a bit sketchy. Fortnite's trying to go forward on the Lilia. Doesn't find anyone. They're trying to turn off his bot lane. They have the Wild Growth to try to CC up Dragon. A two-man lullaby if they're looking for the Soraka. Watch out, Eep. And Dragon is going to be the one taking a nap there in the bot lane scuffle. Or scuffle around bot lane, rather, as the final spark doesn't quite find the marked menace. And it's going to be Dragon secured for Fortnite.
Yeah, this comp lacking a little bit of CC to kind of deal with the Lilia properly. I feel like if Jace is not connected and Sion doesn't have that ulti, there's no way for them to actually get the Lilia off of them. Maybe Lyrax eventually picking up that Rylai's later in the game is going to help eventually, but for now, I think Fortnite just got to do whatever he wanted in that fight with that chain user Lulu ult, and didn't even have to burn that flash. Was just able to walk into them.
It definitely looked a bit sketchy. You know, we had that lead on the Jace for City Mouse, the 3 kills, the Youmuu's Ghostblade, the farm lead. We saw the poke hitting onto Kog'Maw, but they just get run at on the bottom side there. Fortnite saying, hey, we can just go on these 2 members down here. But meanwhile, Fortnite is going to get invaded, and City Mouse is not going to let him get away with his lead for too much longer. As he can't quite find the Q. Good sidestep from Fortnite. Flashes burned by both junglers, and now Night's Dawn maybe looking for the counter punch. Gets the Hemo Plague down. Dragon's gonna fall, and City Mouse now might be next as Kurome is just running through towers. Takes out the Jace. The Blast Plant will get no one to safety. It'll get the Garen. No, he actually didn't get that kill with the ultimate. It goes to Kog'Maw, who's now 3-0 on this Jinx.
Night's Dawn obviously having first 2 games a little bit quiet, but finally found something that he can actually just turn the tides on this Vladimir. Has been very, very stellar on his pocket pick as Lyrax looks to 1v1 Fortnite. Lyrax popped that ulti, so not going to be available for a while. Maybe that was Fortnite's aim, but did have to have someone catch this bot wave. Didn't want Lyrax to kind of just free farm plates and minions. But yeah, all things considered, very, very well played. In these last few minutes, they've picked up a 2K gold lead, even though this game was neck and neck just from those few exchanges.
Yeah, we are going to see a lot of first item spikes come through now on both sides, right? Kurome with the Stride Breaker. The Lilia Liandry is a very nice pickup and spike for that champion as well. Yeah, definitely credit to Night's Dawn. I think, you know, the subbing in for the captain here, subbing in for Jason, the other who has had a good DMV thus far, and has maybe taken some time to figure out what he wants to do after, like you said, some rough games 1 and 2. But now on a pick that, you know, he's played top before plenty of times, looking a lot better, as we are just going to have a good bit of farming.
I think he's going to dive Venus. I think he's going to dive Venus here. Looks like he got hit by that binding, so no dive this time, but I think if he pulled just in time...
Yeah, now maybe he's punished as City Mouse is around the bend, but the Hemo Plague means that Jace has got to think twice about this one.
He does so much damage.
From the transfusion. As now Kog'Maw finds a Zap Slow, and maybe they want to press forward in the mid lane as well.
As the red buff available.
User just standing firm. Lyrax ult is back up. City Mouse is here with the Youmuu's. Finds the Shock Blast on the Kog'Maw. Wants to close the gap here. Chain User has the Wild Growth. Is going to use it, but gets hit by the Never Move. And City Mouse should be able to get the kill with a Poly at the last second. And now a 2-man Lullaby. We can only make Hales 1 as Fortnite is now looking to get some help from Kurome on the bend. They don't care that they're running into the Raven. His feathers are clipped, and it is a kill for the Garen. Jace sniped out on the side, but the final spark might be the final say in this fight, as we're trading snipes back and forth, but it is Fortnite winning out on the end of the day.
Oh my goodness. I mean, that was so well played by Chain User. I mean, obviously City Mouse was trying to bait out that ulti not trying to commit the hammer form, but as soon as he saw the Lilia, had to kind of commit. And Chain User's Poly just came up just in time to have him live for 1 HP. Obviously got claimed by that final spark in the end, but really, really well played by Chain User there.
Yeah, now with that mid tower down, it's almost 5k gold in the lead for Fortnite here. Dragon in 30 seconds. Do you think HCM City Mouse have a contest in them for this third dragon?
Sorry. Apologize for the camera work. But yeah, I mean, looks like the early game kind of shut out at this point. All he's done to try and snowball his team the lead. I feel like the map rotations they made early in the game for that Grubs was just completely went haywire. Did not work out in their favor at all, and just feels like there's just no way they can walk into this this situation they have here.
They're gonna try City Mouse flashing in, not able to get the steal, and now what does the fight look like? Lyrax might be caught out on the front side, has to go Demonic, big Scion ult in, but Fortnite's able to flash away, and now SDAS is stranded. His team can't back him up. The Scion should fall. Dragon and 2 kills to Fortnite.
Yep, 2 kills to Fortnite. I mean, you didn't see that there, but it was a really well-placed Chompers from Kokma to dissuade and engage from City Mouse, even though they did have that wonderful 3-man never move into the Scion ulti, but nothing to convert off of that. Nightsun maybe looking a little bit aggressive here, but they should just play the map at this point since Lilia is hitting her camps.
City Mouse gonna try to pop the Yomus and look for some damage here. Doing a good job. Final Spark almost taking out Kurome. Do we have another round of abilities in City Mouse? Not just yet. Good sidestepping on the zap.
Yep, and City Mouse just trying to do what he can to try and keep his team in the game. This Swain has just not been panning out for them thus far. Kokma, although he was getting hit by a bunch of never moves, no curse this time, please. He was getting hit by a bunch of never moves. They had that early game lead, but they were just not able to convert. Obviously, Kokma very strong in his own right now. Almost 2 items on this Shinx as Lyrax needs to flash away from Kurome.
Yeah, was Kurome burning his own flash to try to make that happen?
But that's huge. I mean, like again, like I said, there's not really a lot of CC for them to deal with Kurome, to deal with Fortnite, these champions that just kind of run in. It's just kind of Soraka healing, kind of propping them up, and obviously the Scion front line. But Nightsun.
Yeah, he's gonna have the pool, and now Herald summoned up. Not sure if Fortnite was maybe thinking he was gonna ride that thing into battle because they are leaving it alone for now. Just getting their guys in position to crash this Herald against the Lux and Jace, but good bit of damage out from City Mouse, and I don't think this Herald's going to get any big charge off. Kurome, meanwhile, looking to do demolition of his own. He's knocked around underneath the tower, and he is, I guess, going to survive.
For now, Kurome has been playing a little bit aggressive, sometimes to his benefit, sometimes to his detriment, but looks like he won't be punished this time.
Yeah.
But yeah, what a force he's been. Just how much pressure he's bringing on this team, despite not being the obvious visible carry across these 2 games that they're ahead in. Now 6k gold ahead. He is just bringing a lot of pressure so that his carries can flourish.
Yeah,
and that they are.
Yeah, I mean, you look back at like DMV Winter where we had guys like Bread, like Grussel, like Camper. All those guys are gone in the top lane here for DMV Summer. So a bit of a power vacuum up there that a lot of folks are looking to fill. And definitely Kurome putting his name up there throughout these first 4 weeks. As Infernal Soul is going to be the next thing on the table. Gonna see if any extra item spikes are going to come on through, or if we've just got to play onto SDAS, maybe not.
Good sidestep from the bowling ball of the Lilia, but all things considered, still very much in the driver's seat. I mean, again, just going to get a plate here for free. SDS
and
can do
now
nothing about
might
it.
be in a bit of trouble. Hemoplay gets dropped. Nightstone trying to goes forward. Doesn't get hit by the bind. Wants the solo kill and gets it through the Soraka healing. The Vladimir is a menace now, looking for City Mouse. Finds a double, and it's just doing it by himself. 3 kills to the super sub, and now Baron is going to be the reward.
I mean, yeah, again, Nightstar, what a performance from him. The super sub turns out in game 3 with this pocket pick Vladimir, something he definitely does look way more comfortable on. And just completely stomps the enemy team in that team fight. What a performance from him. This game is looking like the last game. 10k gold lead now, 22 minutes. And there just seems like nothing they can do about it. Soul actually is gonna go over to Fortnite.
When you're operating this Jace, Soraka, Lux combination, it's like you don't want to get behind as the poke comp. You don't want to be pinned in your own base, trying to defend with minimal amounts of CC to find any major picks here as you try to get scrappy, trying to find gold to get back into this game. Things are looking dire for the mice.
Yeah, dire might be an understatement at this point. Rabadon's completed on Nightstone off that triple kill. And Real SDS gonna try to get stopped, actually.
Oh no. Wasn't quite skinny enough to get through that gap in the wall. But hey, he's Scion. He'll walk it off.
Oh, they spot off Venus.
Oh yeah, here comes another Hemo Plague. And that blood is going to be put to good use by Nightstone's Vladimir. Now SDS is just going to try to trudge his way out of here, but the Infernal Soul damage is too much. Bowling ball in to try to slow up this Swain. He is nowhere near tanky enough. Fortnite a little bit of BM as he's riding the battle bus to victory here. 24 minutes in. Dragon is the only one at the base. City Mouse gets back, but I don't think there's much in Jace's Hex Hammer to do about this one. All the mental damage we tried to do in game number 2 doesn't pay off. Fortnite rebound will get the game 3 win and move up to 4-0.
Well played by everyone. I think they really turned out in game number 3. So make sure that they didn't seem like they were discouraged at all from that game number 2 that they did. What a slaughterfest the game number 3 was. And they were just able to turn it around beautifully. I feel like just really well played by them. And we're going to see if we can maybe get an interview from a member of Fortnite, the winning team. Hoptech purposely trying to profit off the poor by forcing us to watch ads. I don't run ads.
You guys think we have control
We literally cannot
over
run
ads
ads
when we don't make money and Twitch doesn't just put them wherever the hell they want?
I wish Twitch would give us something so they
would give us half the penny that we'd earn from running one ad.
As we have Chain User here to give us an interview. Welcome, Chain User, the side of Fortnite. Welcome. What a performance from you and your team.
I didn't do anything. Bro.
In any case. No, I'm just kidding. No, we saw that mid play. We saw the poly.
Yeah, you
the last second
the
poly.
Jason mid.
The Jace.
Oh yeah, dude, he was fucking lost, dude. Yo, what the fuck were you doing, man? Just kill me. Yo, like I'm a fucking Lulu, bro. He looked at me, he like sidestepped a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yo, this guy's fucking trolling, bro.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. You You definitely showed him. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
was a bigger Chad. Bro. Honestly.
Expert rage bait. Expert rage bait.
Yeah, he fell for that shit,
But
bro. He
regardless,
got
yeah.
mad
How did
after.
it feel? How did it feel? You know, missing your captain, obviously someone who you really look up to as a role model and an idol.
That's my guy.
Um,
That's my guy.
Jason,
It was rough. Because our draft was a little bit mixed because he usually does the draft. But on Knight's Dawn really fucking stepped up here. He did so fucking good in the Vlad game. So yo, big shout out to him. Thank you for subbing, bro. But again, our team is just too good, bro. Our core is amazing. Someone could leave, and I could probably like cosplay as The Rock, and we would still win games. You know what I mean? So
okay. That's good to hear. Yeah, we were thinking that maybe you could have been like a little discouraged from the game 2 stomp. It was a little rough, but you completely turned it around and got into that game 3 and completely, you know, just ran them over, kind of in the same fashion that they did in game 2. So yeah, props to you guys. How was it coming off that game 2 into game 3?
honestly, like nothing much really. You know, our Fortnite, our jungler was kind of tilted off that. He was hungry as shit that game, but other than that, all of us were still good. You know, nothing too much. We focused on draft and we just focused on the next game. That was all.
Yep. Very good, Shiv. Any last remarks to say?
Yeah, I mean, sitting at 4-0, I believe that means you guys are guaranteed to draw Bumbo Aura Farmers next week. Anything you're looking at in that matchup against Zero Domain and the rest of the team next week?
They had a spy come to our team, so I think
yeah, that is true.
Knight's Dawn is gonna give us give them a little bit more info than we have on them. But I think we're gonna have our full team, and I think it's gonna be a good game. I think everything is gonna come out as an exciting game. I think all roles are just matched up evenly, so I'm excited for that game.
Yeah, very much looking forward to it. All right. Well, thank you for providing us this interview.
Thank you guys. I love you guys.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Have a good night. Happy 4th of July. Thank you
Happy
guys.
4th of July.
Thank you.
All right, and not much else to say. This has been a very good series. Thank you, Shiv, for joining me on this cast. And we'll see you next time. Stay tuned, guys. Donate to DMV. Thank you. Good night.